Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So, happy Monday. We're starting a new week, and today, of course, we got to talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin targets $100,000 ahead of this major event, and this one person in particular is loading up ahead of time. So let's talk about that, and let's talk about some new memes. Everyone loves memes, and how new memes on this chain is driving activity up in a big way. Let's do it. Welcome, 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 guys. We're opening today at 67,000 Bitcoin. That's not bad. Not bad at all, considering we dropped again to 63,000 recently, and now we're back to 67,000 again. I mean, to put things in perspective, we're not that far away from our previous high of 73,000. It seems like it's so far away, but if you look at where we are, I mean, we had some crazy jumps that we can see once again. As long as Grayscale stops, we're going to see those huge jumps once again. Last week, we had a horrific outflow week, but this week could be completely different. Yeah, that's right. That's right. From a macro perspective in the US, we got a lot of FOMC speakers, including Powell on Friday. Here's the thing. We already know Powell said there will be 3 rate cuts this year. So I anticipate all these people will be pretty dovish and say, yeah, inflation is under control and we're going to start cutting rates. I doubt any of them will say, well, I don't agree with Powell. I don't think we should be cutting rates at all. I mean, it doesn't really matter what they say. The only thing that matters is what Powell thinks. So, but I anticipate this week, starting today, could be quite good from a macro perspective. Once the rate starts getting cut, the money is going to start flowing. And flowing is good. Where will they flow? Well, a lot of it into crypto. That's for sure. That's for sure. We do have a lot of economic data also. GDP numbers coming out this Thursday. Of course, you have core PC inflation. That is good. Hopefully, that doesn't tick up. If that ticks up in a big way, that may push back the cuts. But if it's in line or comes below expectations, well, then it's going to be good. We're going to get the very first cut probably in May. I would say in May, we will get the very first cut. Shortly after the halving event. That would be absolutely fantastic. Fantastic all around. All right, now what about this one individual, Robert Kiyosaki? He wrote a book report of a tweet, okay? He's buying 10 more Bitcoin before April. Guess why? Because that's a halving event. Why? Well, because I said so. Because I said it's a halving event. Basically, and he's quoting Michael Saylor in here and this and that. Like, basically, he realized some time ago that, yeah, he's been one of the biggest gold and silver bugs because he believes that the whole system is going to crash someday. And he's probably right about that. His time frame has always been a little bit off because he predicted it like 20 years ago and it hasn't happened yet. But still, he knows what he's talking about. The smart money knows that the U.S. is the biggest debtor nation in the world. China's profit market is toast. Japan has been in a depression since 1990. Germany is sliding in depression. Mom and pop consumers are living on credit cards. Banks are in trouble, and the world is on the brink of war. I mean, these are all great reasons why you shouldn't trust central banks. You shouldn't trust people in power to actually safeguard your money. Okay, and that's why you need something better like Bitcoin. And he understands that about gold and silver, but now he truly understands that about Bitcoin, right? So I think a lot of people are going to load up before April. I think they have been loading up. They've been loading up for a while, okay? But we just have this pesky Grayscale that keeps on dumping. As soon as they stop dumping, we'll be back to 73 and back to 75 in no time. And here's the thing. At 75, well, let me show you. I'll get there. But there's very significance with 75K. And I'll tell you why. But right now, according to on-chain activity, very little people want to sell Bitcoin. Like, I don't get who will want to sell, right? Of course, I've shown graphs that have shown that, like, retail investors have sold, but, you know, the big boys, the long-term holders, the miners, the institutions that are now in, the private companies, like, I mean, the big whales, not really. No one's really selling. If you look at the camera here, if I remove the camera, you'll see on the right side, you can see how it's flat since January, right? So that's good. That's good. Like, basically, no one wants to sell Bitcoin. Like, who wants to sell Bitcoin right now? We're on the cusp of making a new high and heading to $100,000. Now, as soon as, like I said, Grayscale, as soon as they stop selling, that's when we will start flying. It's actually quite amazing that Bitcoin has done so well despite the selling. Grayscale sold an astronomical number last week, and Bitcoin still held. Didn't go to the 50s. Didn't really drop all that much. And now we're back to 67,000 again, right? So, I mean, that, again, if that doesn't tell you how strong Bitcoin is right now, I don't know what will. So if you look at Grayscale, total outflow is close to 14 billion. Last week, they sold 2 billion. In a single week, they sold $2 billion worth of Bitcoin. Now, the other ETFs, including Blackrock, try to do their best to basically, you know, soak that up. But there was a negative of 887 million last week. 887 million. But if you look at the total flows overall, Grayscale sold 13.8 billion. Okay. BlackRock bought 13.3 billion. So basically equaling out. And then you have the others. The net inflow is still 11 billion. Yeah, 11.2 billion overall, right? But again, we had a horrible week last week because the ETFs couldn't soak up what Grayscale was selling. $2 billion in a single week, and yet we're right back up to 67,000. I mean, again, that should tell you how strong Bitcoin is and how very little people really want to sell, okay? And here's the thing. If we do break back up to 73, which I think could happen anytime, it could happen today, it could happen tomorrow, and in a week, but I think it can happen anytime. There's very little volume between now and 73,000. But there's $6.6 billion through the shorts at 75,000. So if we break through 75,000, we're going to get a massive short squeeze that'll probably drive us to $80,000 in no time. Okay, so we're waiting for that, getting back to 73, and if we could push a little bit more, break through that 75, man, you're gonna get a lot of shorters. You're gonna get them wrecked, right? That's what's gonna happen. That squeeze is gonna get them wrecked for sure. So, absolutely fantastic, really fantastic. And you know, lastly, I'll show you some charts. And they all say the same thing. Like, even though these are updated every time I show them, but basically showing, you know, where we are in the cycle and why you should not be giving up, right? You look at the previous halving events. I told you guys, it's the most bullish catalyst of any cycle. And we're right about there. We're right about there. We're ahead of the schedule. Look at the climbs before. Look at all the climbs from previous cycles before. Have always started after the halving event, months after the halving event. And we started months before the halving event. So we're definitely ahead of the game. If we slow down a little bit, that's okay, but we're going at a rapid, accelerated pace right now, ahead of the halving event, months ahead. So what do you think is going to happen afterwards, right? I mean, I think that 75, 80K is right around the corner. And then after we hit 80K, you know what? 100K is not too far off. It really isn't. And, you know, again, this shows you how much room we have left. Because traditionally speaking, you know, the bull market, which starts from the bottom, and I call that, when we were breaking up for 16,000 back in the beginning of 2023, I said we're in a new bull market. And people laughed. They're like, what are you talking about? We're not in a bull market at 16,000. No, I mean, the new bull market starts somewhere from the bottom and then recovers, right? We've been in a bull market for a good while now. But the parabolic stage comes after the halving event. They always come after the halving event. And that's 1 month away. And where will we end up? Well, I mean, a lot of predictions. We're already on an accelerated pace, right? And we know the ETFs are not going to stop. And this year, we're going to have a lot of cuts, okay, rate cuts. Those are all fantastic things that will boost Bitcoin and crypto all together. It's going to be absolutely fantastic, guys. And this one's predicting Bitcoin go to 500,000. You know, the old predictions of 200, 250,000 seems outdated now. All these projections are now showing Bitcoin going to crazy levels, crazy astronomical levels. I don't know. Let's see what happens. But of course, as Bitcoin trends higher, what's going to happen? Some of that money will or should flow into the alts. Although I've said this cycle is driven by institutions. You know, obviously right now, the institutions are what's driving Bitcoin upwards. So are they really going to flip to alts? Probably not. But there are still a lot of you guys, retail investors, that are holding on Bitcoin. And the bigger Bitcoin goes, you're going to want to diversify and pull some of that profit out into some of the alts that may give you more return. So if you're looking at charting like dominance of alts or Bitcoin, you'll realize that, well, alts are like right at the point where they're about to break up with Bitcoin, which is absolutely fantastic, right? We want to see alts break up. Right now, we're seeing a few break out with Bitcoin, but there will be a lot more coming. AI is definitely breaking out. Memes are definitely breaking out. And I've said this cycle could be the cycle of memes. And here's an example. Base, which is a new chain, supported by Coinbase. They have no token, but they are a full-fledged L2 chain, right? Their TVL doubles in a month because of meme coins. Okay, now I've stayed away from Base because I said I don't like Base. And that's why I've stayed away from Base memes. But people that have paid attention, well, they made a ton of money. They made a ton of money. I'm telling you guys, this cycle is probably going to be the cycle of memes. Don't ignore memes this cycle. Last cycle, a lot of people ignored NFTs, and a lot of people made a boatload of money buying in apes or whatever early, right? This cycle, I think it's going to be memes. Every single chain now, we're seeing major activity because of memes. So Base's TVL doubles. You have a couple of them, like DGen, for example, that's at 229 million. You also have something else called Base God that's at 69 million. And both of these memes, and I think Byte is also on Base, and they've been driving things upwards. So much so that now gas fees are sky high. They drove Base gas fees to pre-Denkun levels. Okay, Denkun was supposed to be an upgrade to diminish and lower gas fees on the L2s. But because of the meme activity, they're back up. Way, way, way up, right? But still cheaper than Ethereum. Ethereum is like ridiculous, but now you're seeing, you know, transactions get expensive once again, right? Because of memes. But hey, you know what? I don't think Coinbase cares. I don't think Base cares, because this is driving in a whole bunch of people, right? So that's why I think this cycle is going to be the cycle of memes. Obviously, memes are dominating on Sol right now. They're doing okay on ETH, but now you're seeing on Base. And of course, Avalanche is fully embracing memes. And, you know, we got them on Polygon now. We got them everywhere. I think as long as you pick the right memes, you'll do just fine. But that's hard, easier said than done. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I mean, speaking of memes, one that I've supported is CULO. And CULO just released their CULO Swap. It's actually a pretty darn good swap already. I mean, look at all the chains that they support. And if you want to swap Matic to CULO, or you want to swap AVAX to Big Red, right? Like, it's a multi-chain swap. And this is looking fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So if you guys want to give it a try, please do so. And CULO itself is holding at 23 million. So good stuff. All right. That's pretty much it. Let's do some Q&A. All right, let's see here. Scrolling up, let's see. Never Fade the Frog. Pump incoming. 2024 is leap year and Frogly. I don't know which frog you're talking about. Pepe? The best way to, Jose says, the best way to predict the future is to look at Bitcoin's history. Well, yeah, I think it doesn't always rhyme. No, it doesn't always repeat, but it tends to rhyme. Like right now, we're doing something that we never seen before, right? We're ahead. We're way ahead of the game, months ahead. So that's a positive. All right. Meme coins are giving a bad reputation. I don't know. Some are, right? I have people have, asked me like, George, how do you know which one's good? I don't do well in them. You can't randomly just go in, right? That's the thing. People think like, oh, random coins blow up and you got to just put all your money in random things. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. You got to get to know the team. You got to get to know the community. What kind of marketing are they doing? Are they trustworthy? Can they actually rug? If you look at a lot of memes, the team does not hold a significant amount. Not like before where they hold like 50%. They could dump it all. Now, a lot of teams hold very little. Like they burn the LP, which is a new thing that everyone's doing. And then they do a fair launch. So the most they buy back in is like 2%, 3%. Now, some hold a little bit for marketing, but overall, a lot of memes, if you pay attention to the good ones, you'll know that they're just like any other project. They're trying to figure it out. And, you got some memes like CULO that are actually building. Pablo, did you check out IFC? CULO took over. Yeah. Well, it wasn't IFC. It was just a Karate Combat kickback. Too bad I couldn't go. I need to take a break. Orange Lambo, there's no need to ask me about ICP for this bull run. Why is Grayscale selling BTC? Grayscale is run by smart people. Do they not know BTC will go to 50K? Well, first of all, DCG, the parent company, and Genesis, the sister company of Grayscale, they have some problems. They have some major problems, bankruptcy, and they owe a lot of people money. So they needed to collect like $3, $4, $5 billion. So part of that is them selling. Okay. So a lot of times when I refer to Grayscale selling, It may not be them directly, but indirectly, their sister and their parent companies needs to sell because they're in they have major problems. And there's others, early investors and so forth, that are selling. But overall, I think a lot of what has happened is due to the parent and the sister companies. The clapper of cheeks. No, I'm going to say no to that. Jorge, what do you think about Cheers meme on Sol? I don't know. Never heard of it. One of these is called a Leo token. They have a Leonardo DiCaprio's picture and it's Cheers. Yeah. Overall, I mean, it's an early project. Can't really say anything about it. Good holders. The liquidity is okay. Not bad. This doesn't show the top holders. Let's see. If you go to SolScan, you can see the top holders of any Solana project. So, see, this is a little troubling. Like the Radium, they only put 2.7% of liquidity in Radium, but there's 3 entities. This could be marketing or dev or whatever, but this is an enormous amount. 4.5%, 4%, 4%, to 3 wallets that have more liquidity than Radium. And that's, a little concerning. So that's 12%, right? Not horrible, but a little concerning. And again, without knowing who's behind this meme, you don't know if it can sustain or not and how serious they are. Hey, Bitcoin is having a good start right now. Let's see. Are there any security threats if I connect my cold storage wallet to a hot wallet like MetaMask? Not that I know of right now. A lot of people do that. Not that I mean, there could always be like a vulnerability in the future, but right now, no. But you got to watch out. If you connect your ledger, let's say to MetaMask, and you connect to a phishing site, they could definitely drain you. So you still got to be careful of that. What exactly is the use for Tron, and why is their TVA so high? It's very shady. It's very shady. Don't trust anything from Tron. It's all TVL, TVA, whatever you're measuring them with, it's all fake. I guarantee it is fake. So be careful when you're dealing with Tron stuff. Do you know that 1% of all transactions are burned on a weekly basis for a big red? Yeah, I saw that. And they were going to burn a lot more. I mean, I don't know if they announced. Yeah, both Big Red and CULO have big burning aspirations in a good way. Removing supply, so that's always good. And I am a little sick. That's why I didn't have a Sunday walk video. I was like really deathly ill yesterday. Now that bear is over and we're still here, in your opinion, what was the worst moment of 2022? 2022 or 2023? 2022, obviously, we had a lot of black swans left and right. That's probably the worst. 2023, probably the worst was CZ being removed from Binance. I think that's probably it. Any way you think you could possibly, any way of what you think could possibly be a honeypot 0x secret AI? Are you saying if that's a honeypot? If it is, I'm not going to show it for sure. What do you think about Poo Project at ETH? Never saw an amount of holders compared to market cap with other memes. I don't know what that means. I've seen this before. 19,000 holders, which is a lot. Maybe there's, yeah, they're holding pretty well. I mean, this shows you. I don't know what addresses these are, who they belong to, but You have one address holding 7.22 supply, 4.7. Generally speaking, if you want to see something that, you know, that is truly distributed, normally you see everyone in the top 10 being under 2% and maybe one or two addresses. But this one does have a lot that's in the twos or high twos. So the early people or the team hold on a lot. That's about it. Oh man. Still going higher. NKO. I don't know what NKO is. It a new meme? From 2 years ago? Probably dead by now. Your thoughts on Reddit memes? Seems like Wall Street Bets may be behind it. They're not really behind it. The team actually reached out to me and wanted me to join in. I mean, here's the good thing about Reddit. It's very distributed. You know, when I said that you got to look at the top holders, I know that they are very distributed, but I just don't know, you know, if they can do it. I mean, look at that. No one holds anything above 2.55%. So that's actually really impressive. So you don't have a lot of like people holding a vast amount, but their narrative is to make this grow bigger in market size than Reddit stock because people don't like corporate. I don't know if Wall Street Bets is really behind it. They want them to be behind it and pump this thing. I don't know if it's going to pump. It's been out for quite some time and it's just been going sideways. So we'll see. Maybe. And I even told the guy, I'm like, why did you guys do it on ETH? The fees are ridiculous. People can't buy small amounts because of the fees. GMR Gamer. Okay, this one has no this one is probably not the right one. GMR Finance or Gamer? This one's really small cap. Create Empower Game. The next is a gaming and block trade. Okay, trade, play, interact, and thrive in the digital world. Okay. Social hub, NFT hub, game hub, a lot of hubs. A lot of hubs doesn't mean anything. If they don't have anything on there, then they're not going to do well. And I hate to say it, nothing on BNB pumps. Like, I don't know the last big project. Tiger, any way out of the honeypot? No, you're dead. Sorry. If you've been honeypotted, like basically you fell for it and they stole all your crypto, unfortunately, there's no recourse. Have you seen chat on Soul Network? Is it Soul Chat? Yeah, I have. I don't like chat programs. I mean, I just think it doesn't, you know, you can have a chat program. You don't need a token for it. So that's my overall thoughts on that. Ooh, we're pushing 68. So far, so good. We're getting back to this point, you know. We haven't been here for a while. We haven't been here since 4 days ago. So when I say a while, it's only been 4 days. But you know what? If we continue, we'll be in the 70s in no time. As long as Grayscale stops selling, you know, we'll be up there. Donk. Um, 4 months ago, 20 days ago. I'm assuming this is 4 months ago. Relatively small. I mean, I hate to say it. If they came out 4 months ago and they're still under 1 million market cap, I mean, basically they have no momentum. Stanley Pup to get listed on CoinGecko this week. Love those guys. You know what? Their community seems to be growing, and I think they could do very well. I've said this too. I love the name. 3.25 million market cap, 880 holders. Liquidity is going up there. I think this one could do well. And same thing, like tips, just a tip. I'm holding this one too. About 5 million. Still relatively low market cap. Their liquidity is insane. They have a huge number of holders. So I think both of these could do very well. Let's see. Cat coin. Multi-chain. Okay. 2 people are trying to show cat coin. Which one? I don't even know. Is it? It doesn't even show up. Cat coin from a year ago? 2 years ago? Nick, 199. Thank you. I finally got a cat. I don't know what cat coin you guys are talking about. This one, cat coin. 38 million, up 126%. Good for them. But yeah, I have no idea why they pumped. But anyone that caught that 133% today, good for you. May want to take some profits there. James, yeah, baby Trump is not going to be good. Anything that's political and just a copy of others won't be doing good. Donk in you. All right, I'm not going to check every single meme, guys. Steak Hut Finance. No. 1 year ago? This has been out for a year? Wait. Yeah. If it's out a year and it's still 5 million, I don't know if there's any hope for that. Donk. It doesn't even show up. This one, AVAX. 20 days ago, and it's at 500 million. Again, 500,000 doesn't have any traction. Base memes and small projects are on fire. Thoughts on base chain? Considering transferring ETH to Coinbase wallet is so easy. Yeah, I mean, you just have to switch over. I still don't like base because I can't profit off of base chain because I can't buy a base token. But there are a lot of memes on there that are doing well that I covered today. But I think I'm still going to stick with Soul memes and Avalanche memes and Polygon memes. I hold Ondo? No. Thoughts on Aaron Sol? Here's the thing, guys. Too many people are asking about memes. If you want me to check out a meme, you better send a $20 super chat. I'm not gonna just check all these random dead memes that have not gone anywhere. Okay, we're still holding a little bit under 68. We haven't been able to break 68 since back here. Since mid-March, which actually wasn't that long ago. Don't ignore base. Yeah, I don't know. I may not ignore it much longer. Chase actually resent the super chat at $20. All right. The cat. Wait, when did this come out? Came out. How come it doesn't show when it came out? Got cut off. Okay, the cat, 922 holders, about 500,000 liquidity, market cap 2 million. That's a little concern, 11%. That's probably a marketing wallet if I had to guess. This maybe Uniswap. The other ones are okay. How long have they been out? Since February. I mean, it looks solid. Nothing to complain about other than it's a cat coin, which I don't like. And second, it's on ETH. I think that's a big thing. I mean, there have been some new memes on ETH that have broken out, but most of them, you know, they hit a point and just come back down. Is Elron dead? Can they stage a comeback? Will AI help metaverse and metaverse gaming? Well, the thing is, Robert, everyone is going into AI, even if they don't really mean it. They're just like, oh yeah, we're in AI because that's the hot thing. So if metaverses actually say they're going AI, sure, it's probably gonna help them. Multiverse X, they'll come back, but they're lost in the sea of L2s right now. Last stream, you said 48% of BOEM was held by Binance. Actually, it was 50%. I noticed WIF had a similar holding on Binance. That said, can they see the same run? Well, WIF is already bigger than BOEM, first of all. WIF does not have 50% on Binance. WIF is holding extremely well. Extremely well. BOEM actually stopped moving recently. So they could be getting back to $1 billion soon. I think both will do well, probably. At this point, they're like the third or fourth largest meme. WIF is probably going to be a sheep of this cycle. And we look at this. We just keep on going. Today's going to be a fantastic day. Are we going to get back to 72, 73,000 today? That would be absolutely insane. What do you think is a good mid-cap portfolio split for 10x this cycle? A good mid-cap? I don't know, like something like a good mid-cap, like Immutable, like Render. I think they're good mid-caps. Injective. Even memes like Pepe will do well. I'm hoping VeChain does well. Phantom has been doing well. These are all like good 10x projects. WIF, can I do a 10x? Maybe. Maybe. Fetch definitely has the potential. A lot of these are great mid caps. Everyone keeps asking about Aerodrome. Aerodrome is being driven higher because of the memes. Again, a big benefit. Jupiter jumped up huge because of memes. Now it seems like Aerodrome is jumping up because of memes. So that's the only good thing about it. And it's listed on Coinbase. If you're a Coinbase user, you can buy them pretty easily. Otherwise, you have to get them on Uniswap. Nick, welcome. Linnu is the one to watch. I don't know what Linnu is. Solar Swap. Do you think they're legit? That just sounds horrible. So it's just a swap? They're not even done yet. It's probably some new pre-seed project or seed project. I don't know. I have no idea if they're legit. Recently picked up some Gala. Do you have any predictions to when, if gaming narrative will take off? Probably in 2025. Gary, thank you. Thoughts on Zeus Network, upcoming Jupiter release? I saw that. It's like a new game that's being incubated by Jupiter. I mean, games overall have not been like that hot. Okay, some have been really hot, but they had their little stint, but now they cooled off. It'll probably turn back. I think the game narrative probably won't hit until 2025 when you see all these games blow up. Man, like Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin's blowing up, 68.8. Tom, welcome. Is $200 target for Chainlink reasonable or out of pocket? $200 for Chainlink. 10x. In this cycle, there's a chance. There's a chance. You should be able to, yeah. Filecoin. Filecoin is still very, 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 very behind. They're still down 96% from the previous high. I mean, they're still up there. I mean, I'm neutral on Filecoin. I think they're still one of the biggest. No, they are the biggest decentralized storage play, but kind of boring. Don't forget about the best utility coin, XRP. I think today might be a good day to show my educational video. Do you know the process of buying and selling ETFs and how immediately impact prices? I think it's. I think they settle after market closes. I don't think they actually settle during midday. They maybe once a day. I'm pretty sure they settle afterwards. Supposedly, BTC outflow from Grayscale peaked last week. I think they got a tip from Blackrock to quell worries. Maybe. It's pretty obvious. They sold $2 billion worth of Bitcoin last week. As soon as that stopped, the markets go fly, kind of like today. If you think about it, guys, right now we could be at BTC new low for the next bear market. That's correct. The next bear market, if we have one, could be like 80K for bottom. Update, I found my seed phrase but lost all my coins. Yeah, if you got honeypotted, they already transfer out all your coins. Prometheum Prodigy. Yeah, it's a horrible name. I looked at this before. I still don't quite understand it. It's a generic website. Let's see. enhance scalability, transaction speed, and security within the Ethereum ecosystem on leveraging cybersecurity or artificial intelligence to ensure network safety and improve performance. It's very generic. Very, very, very generic. The whole project is just very generic. This is just a template website because I've seen others use it, and you know, they said they're going to help Ethereum scale due to AI. I don't see how they're going to do that. So man, Golem, I have not kept up with Golem at all. Man, we're about to push 69,000, guys. You know, just like a month ago when we're pushing 69,000 for the first time, like there'll be like 15,000 people in live chat going crazy. Now we're pushing 69,000, like no one gives a F. George, have you heard of Patricia? I heard they prepare to launch for 2 years before launch. It's a privacy blockchain. Well, I'll stop you right there. If it's a privacy blockchain or a blockchain that has privacy features, it's, you know, it's not going to do well because exchanges do not want that. And the reason why exchanges don't want that is because governments don't want that. Just notice you see your balance for Big Red and MetaMask now. Let's roll. That's good. That's good. And their burning mechanism is good too. Where is CULO today? Like it's at 24 million. Let's do Big Red. Big Red up 10% today. Close to 12 million. They're hovering. A very healthy number of holders and liquidity. So that's what you want to see. How do you avoid honeypot? Don't click. Thanks. Yeah, don't connect your wallet. That's it. If you go to a site you don't know, you don't trust, and if you got like faked out by an impersonator, just don't click on anything that connects to your wallet, and don't send them any crypto, and then you won't get scammed. It's really that simple. Anyone legitimate will never ask you to do those things. Meld is picking up the steam today due to RWA play. Yeah. Okay. Legit memes we see every day on social media, Google Images with captions are being made. Those could be the most wildest memes. It could be. Like Pepe did really well, but you need marketing power behind it too. Getting the right people to be involved and getting the right team to keep pushing forward. And of course, they're not ruggers. That's important. Adam, new member. Costco hot dog. You know what's funny? Like I actually saw this the other day and I'm like, that's pretty clever. Costco hot dog, but not doing very well. Dog with cat. Yeah. No. I'm up by 2,200 on SECAI on ETH, but it won't let me sell over 110 coins at a time. Project launched last night. Very frustrating. Was just initially wanting to take profits. Now I want out. Well, I don't know what you say about that. If they have some kind of like, probably, you know, with memes, especially new ones, they have heavy tax sometimes on the first day, and they may even limit, I think, how many you could sell. So you just have to wait it out. That's, you know, that's just how it is. What's your thoughts on Ka meme on Chronos? Not a fan of Chronos, so probably not a fan of Ka. SS Go biggest meme on Phantom right now. I said, if you want me to look at some new meme, You guys send a much bigger super chat. There's too many to look at. Bitcoin is doing very well. 69,000. The way it's going, it could push to 72 by tonight. 72, 73. Like I said, there's big liquidations waiting to happen at 75. If we could push to 75 and beyond, we'll be at 80,000 in no time. Sol is moving. Everything in my portfolio except Stacks is moving. You just gotta wait it out. Stacks is already like near all-time high, so you know it needs to take a breather sometime. Do you think a meme coin like WIF still has upside? Yes, I've said this before. SHIB went from 2 billion to 40 billion in a matter of a month in 2021. Can the same thing happen with WIF or any other meme this cycle? Yes, but you gotta wait it out. That's probably not going. We're not gonna see that until 2025. But in the meantime, we'll see a lot of memes rise up. JA, thoughts on ICP and how big their AI announcement will have their price prediction? I have no thoughts on ICP because I don't like it. And it does not surprise me. A lot of coins or chains are going towards AI or just saying they're going towards AI to get a price pump. Near did that recently and they were pretty successful. But I don't know how long that's going to last. Any AI project can, just, they're already in AI. I mean, any L1s or L2s, they just need to onboard AI project. Look at Bitcoin, 69.3. We are not stopping right now. That's looking pretty darn good. I'm not misleading. Any L1, L2 can just onboard AI projects. I mean, there's no limitations. The base layers can onboard fantastic AI projects. But now a lot of chains are just saying, yeah, we're just going to go into AI. Like, what does that mean? You're a base layer. You can already onboard AI projects. But you're going to see a lot more of that this cycle. I guarantee you. You're just going to see random projects say, oh, we're going to move to our AI just for a price pump. Normie on base. I don't pay attention to base memes. ATech and AVAX can detect scam on AVAX and review AI projects. ATech, can you check it out behind the scenes? How does it detect scams on AVAX and review AVAX projects, Phil? That seems a little weird. Is it like an auditing tool or something? Why is Aerodrome Finance going up? Because of the memes. Even though I don't pay attention to base memes, but they are causing. I just did a whole section about how base, their TVL is doubling. And their volume is exploding. Their gas fees are now up again because of memes. Pat, you're the Tim Duncan crypto. Thank you. Stick to fundamentals and you'll win. My portfolio is growing and still is. Awesome. We get so used to a time frame. It seems like we've been stuck forever in the 60s. But like, if you just look at the graph, we only been in here for like a month. And it's just a matter of time before we break into the 70s and 80s. Lineu is a community-run token, dev-free, 25% of supplies burned. Check it out, the community pushing hard. Like I said, if you want me to check out a new meme coin, send $20 of super chat. Max power, $2. If you guys could afford to put all your money into memes, you could afford to send me a $20 super chat for me to look at your new meme. That's how I see it. Because too many people are asking me to look at way too many new projects. What are your thoughts on AOIZ? They're in the AI space, right? They have been actually doing quite well. Yeah, ever since beginning of March, man, they've gone up quite a lot. 250%. Good for them. I didn't pay attention to them until it was kind of too late. But yeah, there are deep-end projects. Like when it comes to AI, there's like two kind of projects, right? You could have like AI agents or something like that, like Fetch, or you could have deep-end projects like AIs. And there's many projects in the deep-end space that are being utilized for the same reasons. So they have done really well. Oxcoin, good coin for a bull right now. Okay. How do you validate AI claims? I don't know. I don't know. I don't feel like most of these projects are doing anything for AI. Morning, George. Can we get a review on MTL and XPR network? Get well soon. I'll just check one of them. XPR network, 46, 48%. Are you asking just because they pumped? Because I hate looking at something when it's pumping, because it makes other people FOMO in. Blockchain for everyone, powerful, compliant, instant transactions, at username, zero gas fees, on-chain identity. I've seen this before. Yeah, I've seen this before. It's fine. It's fine. But a lot of these things, others have too. So it's not like a real, like, you know, like something that no one else has. Others do too. Lazaro, thank you, man. I believe gold is 71K. I think they'll dump back down to 65.5. What do you think? You know, I don't really try to pay attention to that. I just know that we'll go higher. We'll break through 71, 72. I mean, if you're looking at the indicators, obviously Bitcoin is very, very overbought right now on the shorter time frames because we just had this pump. But if you're looking at some of the upper range indicators, like daily, for example, RSI is still low. MACD is turning up. Stochastic is still low. So even a 1 hour is not that overbought yet, but the shorter time frames are. Is there any hope left for Cardano? Yes. It's slow moving, but people love Charles. That's not going to stop ever. So yes, there's hope for Cardano. Simpsons pre-selling a meme. Donuts ends today. See official Twitter page. I don't believe that's actually Simpsons. Zeus Network from Solana. First DApp on BTC. Isn't that the one? Zeus Network is the one that is going to bridge Solana to Bitcoin, right? And it's incubated on Jupiter. So I remember covering that. Is Dodo still safe to make exchanges? Yeah. Although I don't really hear much about Dodo. Most people still use Uniswap or you know, Radium, Pancake Swap. Like Dodo, I don't hear a lot of people talk about. This is the cycle of meme, guys. You can't ignore it. Well, you can. You can ignore memes, but this is a cycle of memes right now. And all the chains that they're on are benefiting. All the dexes that are trading these memes are benefiting. And you got chains embracing them. Avalanche has a 100 million fund for memes. So if you don't pay attention, you're gonna be left out on some tremendous gains. I'll tell you that. Bear on AVAX, Llama on AVAX, low market cap memes. The only two I should say, that I truly believe in is Cock and Big Red. The other ones, I don't know. I do hold some Kimbo though, but I don't know about where they're going, but I do hold a little Kimbo. Oh. All right, guys, I'm gonna get off. I need to recover a little bit. But today, we're off to a fantastic start. $69,000. Absolutely fantastic. And better days are going to come. And I've been saying that for a while. As long as no one sells and Grayscale stops selling, we are going to go much higher. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And before you go, I got something important to show you guys. Take a listen.
What do you think about Ripple?
Well, I mean, I think it's too centralized, but I definitely want to meet Chris Larson.